Have you ever wondered why your legs feel weaker, even though you're eating well, staying active, and doing everything right? Why is it harder to stand up from a chair or climb stairs than it was a few years ago? Most people chalk it up to aging. But what if the problem isn't your age, it's your food? Specifically, certain fruits you trust might be slowly draining your strength. Many seniors make this mistake every day, eating fruits they believe are healthy. But what worked for you in your 30s or 40s may not serve you well after 60. Your metabolism slows, your joints become more sensitive, and circulation in your legs weakens. And that's when even the healthiest looking fruit can become a hidden threat. Let's begin with one that surprises many. Pineapple, the acidic attacker. At first glance, pineapple seems like a healthy choice. It's praised for anti-inflammatory benefits thanks to bromelain. But for seniors, especially those with joint problems or on medications, pineapple may be silently doing damage. Why? Because it's high in both natural sugars and acids. That sugar causes sudden spikes in blood sugar, which over time damage the tiny blood vessels in your legs. These capillaries are crucial for oxygen delivery. If they don't work properly, your legs feel tired and heavy. On top of that, the fruit's acidity can worsen inflammation, especially in joints already affected by arthritis. That stiffness in your knees or burning in your ankles after eating. Pineapple might be to blame. And if you're on blood thinners, bromelain can interfere with medication, making it either too weak or too strong. The worst part? The damage builds slowly. Weeks or months go by before you connect the fruit to your fatigue. But over time, it weakens your legs, your balance, and even your independence. So, if pineapple is a hidden danger, what about fruits that seem even safer, like bananas? Stay with me. Bananas, the sugar trap. Bananas have always been seen as the go-to healthy snack. They're rich in potassium, easy to digest, and believed to help prevent muscle cramps. But for seniors, especially those over 60, bananas may no longer be the ally you think they are. Why? It comes down to how your aging body handles sugar and carbs. Bananas are packed with both. When you eat one, your blood sugar rises quickly. This spike is followed by an insulin rush, and for older adults with slower metabolisms or borderline diabetes, that's a dangerous pattern. Over time, this blood sugar roller coaster can lead to chronic inflammation, fatigue, and even leg weakness. The very muscles you count on to stay mobile start feeling heavier, slower, and more strained, especially after meals. Bananas also encourage fluid retention. If your feet or ankles swell after sitting for a while, that so-called healthy banana might be part of the reason. Extra fluid puts pressure on joints and muscles, making simple movements like walking more difficult. And there's more. Too much potassium from bananas, combined with certain heart medications, can upset your electrolyte balance. It's a subtle but serious risk, especially when bananas are eaten regularly. The bottom line? A fruit that once gave you energy may now be quietly draining it. But what about those tiny, sweet fruits you eat by the handful, like grapes? The tiny inflammation bomb. They're sweet, soft, and easy to eat. Grapes seem like the perfect snack. They're often praised for heart health and antioxidants. But for seniors, especially those struggling with joint pain or leg fatigue, grapes may be doing more harm than good. The danger lies in their high fructose content. Fructose is a natural sugar that's processed mostly by the liver. When you eat too many grapes, which is easy to do since they're so small, it quickly turns into fat and uric acid. And here's where it becomes a problem. Uric acid builds up in your joints, especially in your knees, ankles, and toes. This can lead to inflammation, stiffness, and even gout-like pain. If you've ever felt a burning sensation in your big toe at night or itchiness in your calves after a short walk, grapes might be the silent culprit. Even worse, grapes can cause a blood sugar spike without making you feel full. That means you're not only inflaming your joints, you're also triggering insulin responses that lead to long-term fatigue and soreness. And don't forget, chronic inflammation doesn't just make your legs ache. It slows down healing, worsens swelling, and makes everyday movement feel heavier than it should. Most seniors never suspect grapes. But behind their soft skin and sweet taste lies a quiet force that may be chipping away at your mobility, one handful at a time. And if grapes can do this, what about a fruit that's 90% water but acts like sugar in disguise? Let's talk about watermelon next. The deceptive hydrator. There's something comforting about a slice of watermelon. It feels refreshing, light, and hydrating, perfect for a hot day. And for many seniors, it's seen as a harmless snack. But here's the surprising truth. Watermelon might be doing more harm than good to your aging legs and joints. While it's mostly made of water, watermelon has one of the highest glycemic indexes among fruits. That means it causes a rapid spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash that leaves your body inflamed, tired, and struggling to recover. For older adults, especially those with slower metabolism or insulin resistance, this sugar rush can lead to low-grade inflammation, particularly in the lower body where circulation is already weaker due to age. Over time, you may start noticing your knees stiffening more often, your ankles swelling after short walks, or your calves feeling unusually heavy. Watermelon is also dangerously easy to overeat. It feels light and doesn't seem filling, but your body still reacts to the sugar content. One slice turns into 2 or 3, and suddenly, you've taken in a sugar load comparable to a sweet dessert. And here's the cruel irony. You think you're staying hydrated, but instead, your legs are paying the price. That stiffness you feel in your joints? That tiredness in your thighs? Watermelon might be contributing without you realizing it. Let's talk about oranges, the acidic sneak. Oranges have long symbolized health and vitality. A glass of orange juice with breakfast or a fresh slice as a snack feels like a smart, nourishing choice. They're rich in vitamin C and known to support the immune system. But as we age, the body doesn't always respond the same way it once did, and oranges may be quietly making things worse for your joints and mobility. The problem lies in two things: citric acid and natural sugar. Oranges are packed with both. While these components are manageable for younger bodies, they can be irritating and inflammatory for aging joints and tissues. If you've noticed that your knees feel stiff in the morning, your hips ache after sitting, or you just don't feel as limber as you used to, the acidity in oranges could be aggravating your symptoms. Over time, this ongoing irritation can wear down joint cushioning and lead to more discomfort, inflammation, and even swelling in the lower body. And let's not forget the sugar content, especially in orange juice. Juice concentrates the sugars, removing the fiber that helps slow absorption. This leads to sudden blood sugar spikes, something seniors should especially watch out for. High blood sugar levels not only sap your energy, but also increase inflammation throughout your legs and joints. The most deceptive part? It feels healthy. That morning glass of juice you've been drinking for years might be silently fueling joint pain, stiffness, and weakness, without you ever suspecting a thing. What about a fruit that seems even more innocent, like the tart and crisp green apple? Let's explore what makes it the next silent trigger. The sour trigger. Green apples are often viewed as the healthier choice compared to sweeter red varieties. They're crisp, tart, and lower in sugar, so many seniors assume they're a smart snack. But here's the unexpected truth. For aging bodies, green apples might actually be contributing to joint pain, nighttime cramps, and leg fatigue. What makes them potentially problematic is their high content of malic acid, the compound responsible for that sour taste. In younger adults, malic acid isn't much of an issue. But as we age, our joint tissues become more fragile, our gut lining more sensitive, and our ability to process acids decreases. This means that tart fruits like green apples can begin to irritate sensitive joints, especially when eaten often or on an empty stomach. That stiffness you feel in your knees when getting up in the morning, or the tingling in your calves at night. It might not just be old age. Your daily green apple habit could be quietly triggering these symptoms. And while green apples are less sweet, they still contain enough natural sugar to cause mild but frequent blood sugar spikes, especially if eaten alone or before bedtime. For seniors with slower insulin response or borderline diabetes, this sugar can fuel inflammation in the lower body, causing your legs to feel tired, heavy, or swollen by the next day. It's easy to overlook something as seemingly harmless as an apple, but when repeated over time, even small triggers like this can add up, chipping away at your strength, balance, and comfort. And if something as simple as a green apple can be a hidden threat, what about a fruit that's sweet, soft, and feels like dessert? Let's move on to a tropical favorite that may be the most deceptive of all: mango, the sugar bomb. Mangoes are often seen as a tropical delight, sweet, juicy, and full of nutrients. For many seniors, enjoying a few slices of mango feels like a healthy treat. But beneath that golden flesh lies a serious threat to your leg strength and joint health. What makes mangoes so dangerous? Their extremely high natural sugar content. While natural sugars sound harmless, your body processes them the same way it does refined sugar. That means a ripe mango can spike your blood sugar just like a slice of cake. And for aging bodies, these spikes have serious consequences. Frequent sugar spikes cause inflammation throughout the body, especially in the lower limbs. That inflammation can lead to muscle fatigue, joint pain, and poor circulation, all of which contribute to that heavy, dragging feeling in your legs. Over time, it becomes harder to walk, climb stairs, or stand for long periods without discomfort. And if you suffer from nerve issues or prediabetes, mangoes may be even more harmful. The high sugar can aggravate neuropathy, causing tingling, numbness, or burning sensations in your feet and legs. The result? Slower healing, reduced mobility, and a growing sense of imbalance. The real problem is how easily mangoes can be overeaten. They feel light and refreshing, so it's easy to enjoy one slice after another. But without realizing it, you could be consuming more sugar than your legs can handle, day after day. So what's the solution? It's not to fear fruit altogether, but to choose the right ones. Coming up next, we'll reveal the best fruits for seniors. Ones that fight inflammation, support circulation, and actually help your legs grow stronger over time. Stay with me. You're about to learn how to turn your fruit bowl from a threat into a powerful tool for healing. What should you eat instead? Healing fruits for stronger legs. After learning about the fruits that may be quietly draining your strength, you might be wondering, so what should I eat instead? The good news is, not all fruits are harmful. In fact, some are powerful allies in your journey towards stronger legs, better joint health, and improved mobility. The key is choosing fruits that are low in sugar, anti-inflammatory, and support circulation, especially in the legs, where many seniors experience weakness and pain. Let's start with berries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. These tiny fruits are nutritional powerhouses. They're loaded with antioxidants that help fight inflammation and protect your blood vessels. That means better circulation to your legs and feet, less swelling, and more energy to move with ease. Next up, cherries. Not only are they delicious, but cherries have been shown to lower uric acid levels, which helps reduce joint pain and prevent gout flare-ups. If you've ever felt a burning in your big toe or stiffness in your knees, cherries might offer real relief. Now here's a surprise, avocados. Yes, they're technically a fruit, and one of the best you can eat. They're rich in healthy fats, which cushion your joints and reduce inflammation without causing blood sugar spikes. Plus, they keep you feeling full and energized longer. You'll also want to consider papaya and pears. These fruits are gentle on digestion, low in sugar, and filled with nutrients that nourish your muscles and support tissue repair. They provide lasting energy without inflaming your joints or stressing your circulation. These fruits don't just feed your body, they help restore it. With every bite, you're giving your legs the tools they need to stay strong, stable, and pain-free. But beyond what you put on your plate, there's something deeper here. You're not just making dietary changes. You're taking control of your health, your independence, and your ability to keep living life on your own terms. And that brings us to one final thought, a message for every senior who's ready to walk stronger, live better, and age with purpose. Let's wrap it all up with a personal word of encouragement, coming up next. If you've made it this far, it tells me one powerful truth. You care, not just about eating right, but about living right, about protecting your strength, your mobility, your independence. And here's what I want you to know. Getting older doesn't mean getting weaker. It doesn't mean settling for pain, fatigue, or the loss of freedom. It means becoming wiser. It means making better choices today so you can move more freely tomorrow. Yes, some fruits, once healthy, may now be holding you back. But now you know what to avoid, and more importantly, what to choose. Because the foods you eat every single day are either building you up or slowly breaking you down. So here's your next step. Look at your fruit bowl. Look at your daily habits. Start making small, smarter swaps, one fruit at a time. Replace the sugary, inflammatory ones with berries, cherries, avocados, pears, and papaya. Your legs, your joints, your energy, they'll thank you for it. And remember, you are not at the mercy of your age. You are the steward of your health. You still have power. Power to change. Power to move. Power to walk stronger.